Kintail is home to some of the finest ridges in Scotland. All of these peaks strike straight up from the road and can make for a fantastic day in the mountains. So join me in today's adventure as I try and bag some of my last Munros in this area and tackle one of the best ridges while I'm at it. Well, good morning guys. Welcome to Kintail at the start of another Munro adventure today. So the plan for today is a bit of cleaning up on this Munro journey. I've left a single Munro at the end of this route, Mullach Fraoch-choire, and I'm actually going to reverse the Walk Highland route and head straight out there just now. You can see the way that I'm going to go just down here. There's Kintail just in the distance over there. So what happened was, I went up this first Munro about a year ago and there was too much snow on the ridge to continue on to the second one, so I still need to go out there and bag this one. A nice section of ridge on it, I think, so I'm looking forward to that, but yeah, fair walk out to get it. So I'll catch up with you once I get a bit closer. That's maybe about 4 miles in now. It got rather boggy for that last 1 mile to get here, but a bit of bog hopping and it wasn't too bad. Been great walk through the glen there with the giants of Kintail on show, Kintail and Batach, the Corbett, and the start of the Brothers Ridge. But from this point, it's going to go straight uphill. It looks surprisingly murky up here, so hopefully this clears by the time I get to the top. So from here, things just went straight uphill. There was a path that came and went, but you could pretty much make your own route, and it was pretty steep towards the top, but the views really opened up once I got into the quarry. Okay, that's me into this magnificent quarry now, which you can see here. That's actually the pinnacles that I'm going to go over very shortly. Fantastic. You can see the path that I'm going to head up, so I'm going to take the zigzag path up onto the ridge, all the way along. The top of the Munro is up on here. Really looking forward to this, as that's a fair wander all the way around and down to here. So yeah, not long till I'll be at the top. So once I made it up onto the ridge, the wind's actually picked up a fair bit. I decided to put an extra layer on, and it was at this point I decided I might have to bypass the pinnacles, but I would get a bit closer and make that decision. So I finally made my way onto the ridge here, and as you can see, it's slightly exposed. I've tried to do my best to make it look as natural as possible with this camera, which proves difficult, but yeah, you wouldn't want to take a trip or a slip down here. Once I see what was ahead of me, I decided to bypass here. I'm not sure if this was the correct decision, as you'll see coming up, but this was extremely exposed on the right hand side of me, so I'll let you enjoy the footage here as I make my way up. The bypass path actually switches sides toward the end, so there's a drop on your left hand side and it just goes below some crags just as you approach the summit. But yeah, I was actually quite glad when this part was over. Well, there it is, guys. The summit of my 266th Munro, Mullach Fraoch-choire. This is 1102 metres high. It means peak of the heathery corrie. That was a bit of an exhilarating way to get up here along the bypass path of them pinnacles. Really exposed, to be honest. Short section, but yeah, a bit of care required there. Fantastic views up here. The sun's just coming and going, so yeah, I'll try and show you some of the views up here. I'm not far away at all from the previous Munro that I'd done. That big giant there is the one that I've done prior to this one. The one at the far end of Glen Affric. It was a really difficult day, only 2 or 3 days ago. But yeah, this is the other approach I could have taken to get the Munros, but unfortunately you can't take the bike that way, so that's why I chose to bike in through Glen Affric. And in this direction you can see a whole host of peaks from Kintail, with Keasty Do out to my left hand side, and the Brothers Ridge, the sisters of Kintail. Fantastic, a great lighting them up just now. Always love Kintail. Just so rugged, isn't it?
Going far to see what I can see. Rivers rolling, gorgeous, screaming free. So go on, run with yours, you run away. As long as you return with your own tail, and I'll run
What a stonker of a day it turned out to be. It's just lunchtime now. As always, I've been up here for way too long. I always do it. But how can you not when the views are like this? But my plan is I'm actually going to go back over, or well, I haven't been over it already today, but I've been over that Munro behind me previously in winter. I'll show you a quick clip. I actually bailed out. I'm glad I did, because that ridge would be no use with snow and ice on it. With that exposed pinnacles, I made the right decision that day. But I think because the weather is so nice, I'm going to head over that. That's actually the highest mountain in Kintail as well. It's well over 1100 metres. and it'll be a nice viewpoint down to the loch for dropping back down. More scenic than going back the way I came anyway.
So go on, run with yours, you run away. As long as you return with your own tale, and I'll run over the hill, and I'll tell my own tale. I am home. I am home.
I just can't get over how good these views are. Down to Chralaig, Fraoch, that huge group that I done the other day. And yeah, it's just so picturesque. All them peaks in the distance in Kintail. Oh, it's beautiful. 16 Munros left to go. I'm taking in every second at the top of every last one. I have been doing that on my Munro round so far anyway. I'm not one for just touching the top and moving on, as you'll know if you watch the videos, but yeah, what a day I've had today. Right, I'm gonna have to call it. I'm gonna have to leave the summit here and head on to that next one, which really is a Munro that I've already done. This bypass path is rather exposed. It reminds me of the Chralaig bypass, where there's a huge drop to one side. I don't know if it's easier doing the pinnacles, I'm not sure. I didn't like the look of them, but I also don't like the look of this either, so you can't really win. But yeah, I'm going to put the camera away, concentrate and get around these pinnacles. What a day this has turned out to be. Absolutely spectacular. Look at that ridge I've just come across. That's one of the finest ridges in Kintail, I would say. But the top of this Munro is right behind me there. What a place. After a short while I made it to the top of this Munro. Like I said, I've done this one previously and it's actually a struggle to touch the top. The cairn is so big here. But I did attempt to climb it and what a view there was from here. Spectacular. So this is a Chralaig, the highest mountain in Kintail, I'm pretty sure, but the ones around it look about the same height, if not maybe even slightly higher. But as I say, fantastic views in this area. I'll show you a short clip of the last time I was here. It looks quite different conditions. It was certainly a lot cooler. But yeah, look at that view into the depth of Kintail, Keisty Do. There's the 7 Glen Shield Munros. So as I say, I've done this one before. I'm not going to linger here. I'm actually way behind time. I spent so much time at that other Munro you can see in the distance there. I'm just going to head down to where I'm parked, right down there, and I'll give you a review of my day once I get down there. For anyone that has climbed this mountain or descended up the side here will know how difficult it is. It's boggy and really, really steep, so yeah, I don't recommend this part of this walk. Okay, it's official. That is the worst descent from any mountain in Scotland. I've already done it before as well, but it's just straight down there. Oh, painful for the knees. But anyway, I better give you my review for today. I think I'll give it a solid 9 out of 10. I'm dropping a mark for that descent there. Horrendous it was. But the views from that ridge up there are just out of this world. It's fantastic. Kintail never disappoints. So I've just got a short road walk back to my van, maybe 10 minutes. And yeah, that should be it. What a day it's been. Weather's held up. And those views, it's just hard to beat. So I've only got 2 Munros left here now, and it's the Forking Ridge and the 2 Munros, the Saddle and Scurna or something I think it might be known as. So yeah, I'll maybe save that for nearer the end of my journey, but yeah, what a day. So thanks for joining me on this adventure today, and I hope you'll join me for some more Munros on the next one.